Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax 2016 Day 5. Just about a third of the way through the tournament right now. A little bit over a quarter of the way, and we are starting Day 5 with a singles match. David Finlay taking on YOSHI-HASHI. We have our New Japan World player pulled up. If you are subscribed to New Japan World, you can set your player to 12 minutes and 55 seconds. Or I think that they've been removing the 5-minute intros lately, so maybe 7 minutes and 55 seconds, depending on how that works out. But either way, if you're not subscribed to New Japan World, I would highly recommend it. It's less expensive than the WWE Network, just over $8 a month. And we will be hitting the play button at 12:55 when I say go. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are starting things off here. Bell just rang, and I'm sure this is going to be a nice, respectable match between two guys that don't have anything really personal to go wrong with each other.
Oh, certainly not. And you know, you look at the dynamic here. You've got David Finlay on one side, who yesterday lost to Juice Robinson. It's kind of peculiar that it's not Juice Robinson in this spot, given that he beat David Finlay. And I mean, this is a big deal for David Finlay. I mean, you figure it's not just YOSHI-HASHI. Any other day it would be just YOSHI-HASHI, and he's already a legitimate competitor, a member of Chaos. But this is a YOSHI-HASHI that's in the G1 Climax tournament this year. So for David Finlay to be, in the ring with him, I think really does a lot for his stock, win, lose, or draw. You see how he gets out of the side headlock here. Nice shoulder block by YOSHI-HASHI.
Yeah, that shoulder block took David Finlay down, and Finlay is still reeling from it.
I'll tell you, YOSHI-HASHI had a war with Honma yesterday. Came out on the losing end of it, currently 1-1 in the tournament. David Finlay there, nice drop kick. And I'll tell you, if this young man could put it together, if he could really hit his stride, he'd be a real tour de force here, as now he goes off the ropes. But look at YOSHI-HASHI there, the quickness in the leg trip, and then he's going to pull him out of the ring here. And then, right to the steel post, his shoulder. Oh, my God.
And it's funny because YOSHI-HASHI's the one wearing shoulder tape, but he decides to take that out on David Finlay's shoulder.
And you know what, partner? That is so smart by the YOSHI-HASHI here. I believe he calls himself the loose cannon. Loose explosion. And because what this does now is it makes the field one of equivalency. Yeah. I've got a bad shoulder, now you've got a bad shoulder. I think that's so smart by YOSHI-HASHI.
I gotta tell you, if I'm YOSHI-HASHI, I don't know if loose explosion is a great thing that I would want on my rear. I don't think people really want to associate that with loose explosion.
I could certainly see where you're coming from, partner, but right now we have got David Finlay at the mercy of this rear chin lock. And YOSHI-HASHI, you know what? This is actually good for him, too, because think about it. I mean, normally guys in the G1 Climax tournament, you're putting a tag match across from your opponent, the next day. YOSHI-HASHI, even though David Finlay obviously isn't his opponent, it keeps the faculty sharp. Like, I'm in a one-on-one setting. This is what I'm going to be in the tournament. I'm not going to dull, or anything like that. It just keeps me on edge, on my toes, hooks the leg ear. 2, and David Finlay kicks out. So I think this is a good experience for YOSHI-HASHI. Keeps him fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. YOSHI-HASHI is in the G1 tournament, as you said. We don't have any G1 tomorrow, but on Wednesday, YOSHI-HASHI is going to be competing, and his opponent, looking right now, his opponent will be, apologies if this is taking a little longer, Yuji Nagata.
Do you think YOSHI-HASHI might be looking past David Finlay and thinking about Yuji Nagata?
I don't think so, no. I think, Nagata is 2-0, but I don't think, well, you know what, yeah, you know what, I'm changing my mind. You might be right. He might be looking past David Finlay. Like you said, David Finlay lost to Juice Robinson, so maybe YOSHI-HASHI feels like it's kind of a walk in the park. He's taking on David Finlay. This guy lost to Juice Robinson. What's he going to do to me? I've got to worry about Nagata on Wednesday.
Exactly, because he's the one with the 2-0 record. But now David Finlay here with the waistlock going to be the deadlift German. YOSHI-HASHI, though, great defense, able to stuff the attempt, the back elbows now. Now he's going to go off the ropes here, but David Finlay, though, catches him. Fireman's carry, going to be the steamroller. Backs up in the corner to gain that momentum. There's the steamroller. Beautifully done.
What's that setting up for, though, John?
I think maybe an uppercut again here, measuring YOSHI-HASHI, and there it is, spinning uppercut. Beautiful.
He
I'll tell
really
you.
loves using those European uppercuts, doesn't he?
I'll tell you, yeah, he is the envy of every European with the form of those uppercuts. Just absolute beauty there by David Finlay. I liked how he stacked up that cover, and now again
Oh, and
going
the
for the deadlift
deadlift
German.
German.
He really
No.
wants it, but again,
That
nice.
inverted enziguri.
Beautifully done. And now
But
David
David
Finlay
Finlay
back elbow.
follows him through with the back elbow.
Oh, but YOSHI-HASHI, look at that, though.
What?
Look
Oh,
at that.
he's going for the submission. Oh, no, he's not going
Yeah,
to.
David Finlay.
Oh, there, he got it. He got it.
Oh, David Finlay might have to tap here. He's in the center, and he does. I think he
Yep.
does. That's it.
He's tapping.
Wow. I'll tell you, YOSHI-HASHI more or less making quick work of David Finlay. David Finlay had fight in him, don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you, YOSHI-HASHI snuffed that out real quick.
Yeah, YOSHI-HASHI now using that butterfly lock to great success so far this tournament.
Absolutely, and that butterfly lock, you have to figure David Finlay's shoulder eating the steel post, early on in the match, that really set the table for that butterfly lock to be effective.
Softened him up, exactly. YOSHI-HASHI with a quick win, and hey, that was actually only like a 6-minute match. So YOSHI-HASHI, not only is he, I believe, he's 2-0 in the tournament, right?
No, he's 1-1 because he lost to Honma yesterday.
Oh, of course, yeah, that's right. But hey, he's on a roll. He might not have beaten Honma, but he is still doing quite well otherwise. I believe he is, if you include tag matches and this singles match, I believe he is now 4-1 in this tournament.
And hey, I think this sends one hell of a message to Yuji Nagata. It says, look, if I'm willing to do that to a young boy's shoulder to get a win, what the hell am I going to be willing to do to your legs to make you 2-1 and up my record 2-1?
That's true.
So, now David
Yeah,
Finlay
because let's not forget, I believe YOSHI-HASHI did beat Honma in the tag match the day before their singles match.
That's correct. Honma wanted the Fire Thunder driver. YOSHI-HASHI caught him in a victory roll, and he got the win there. But then when it came to the actual tournament match, I'll tell you, it took everything Honma had, but he got it done. That backdrop driver, probably one of the most deadly weapons in Honma's repertoire.
And now we're getting ready for another very chaotic match, because if you remember yesterday, we had a sort of the tag team main event was a 10-man tag match, and we're getting another 10-man tag match here. It's going to be Shibata, Nagata, Kojima, Nakanishi, and Jushin Thunder Liger versus Elgin, Kushida, Juice Robinson, Taguchi, and Tiger Mask.
That is a stacked tag team bout if I've ever heard of one. And I guess Juice Robinson does really have a unique opportunity here, being amongst all these G1 competitors, to really make a statement. As you see now, Michael Elgin probably going to come out first. We see his Titantron there.
Yeah, Michael Elgin. Big Mike coming off of a devastating loss to Naito yesterday, but that was still an excellent match, and Michael Elgin didn't just kind of lay down and die for Naito. He put up a war.
And it's so funny that we're going to see both Michael Elgin and Yuji Nagata in this match, because they're both dealing with the same handicap, just wounded legs. And I gotta wonder for both men what shape their legs are in. And Kushida there, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Both men victimized by Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Exactly. The only difference being Elgin actually lost to both members of Los Ingobernables de Japón. Yuji Nagata was able to exact some blue justice, if you will, on both Evil and Naito. So now Elgin, who is the IWGP Intercontinental Champion, won that belt at Dominion in a ladder match against Kenny Omega. Kushida, the last big title defense he had that I can recollect, was also at Dominion against Will Ospreay, a very game Will Ospreay.
Absolutely.
And now, Taguchi and Tiger Mask, they're kind of staples in tag team matches, as well as Jushin Thunder Liger on the opposing team. And I'll tell you, I really like the look of this team. I think they might be my personal favorite, because you got two champions on there, and Kushida and Elgin both are, they're as tough as they come, and they're as legit as they come when they need to be. So,
yeah, and Kushida is in kind of an interesting position where, even though he's not in G1, he's still been quite dominant in these tag matches, and I believe he actually picked up a victory a couple days ago in one.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the funny thing about Kushida is if he ever wanted to elevate in weight classes, if he ever wanted to, kind of pull a Kenny Omega and join the heavyweight division, I could see Kushida doing very well there. I mean, the guy has a style that is just vicious and unforgiving. He will pick your arm apart and soften it up for the Kimura lock. It'll be the most painful experience of your life. And when you look at a guy the stature of Kushida and everything, you don't really expect him to be that malicious, but I mean, he can be. And so, yeah, Kushida ain't nothing to joke about. Now, here comes Shibata's team. You want to talk about nothing to joke about? Shibata had a war with Nakajima yesterday. Oh, my
Absolutely.
God.
Yeah, those guys. I heard a lot of people saying that Naito Elgin was a match of the year candidate, but to me, I think that they were overlooking the match that had just preceded that, Nakajima Shibata.
Oh, partner, you and I are in complete agreement there. I think Shibata and Nakajima, they tore the house down. It was a battle of the strikers, and Shibata emerged, to me, the true genius of the strike. Nakajima may be the genius of the kick. Shibata, the genius of the strike overall. The guy is just insane in there.
And New Japan management was smart enough because they knew Nakajima and Shibata will not be getting along anytime soon, so they kept them separate. They're not even in the same match here, much less the same team.
And this has got to be a good feeling for Shibata because, look, your record isn't the best compared to other people that are actually 2-0, but you are 1-1. That's hardly what I'd call a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I mean, you can battle back from that position. I mean, yes, he lost to Honma, but he shook it off and bounced back in a major way, beating Nakajima.
And Nakajima is also now 1-1.
That's correct. We've got very interesting standings in both blocks at present.
I will say, though, if you just look at the G1 competitors in this match, one of these two teams has a 2-0 competitor on it, and that is Yuji Nagata.
That's right.
He's the only guy in this entire match who's 2-0 right now.
That's crazy for Blue Justice, especially. And again, though, we have to ask, at what cost? I've admired Nagata's ability to persevere, to fight through the leg pain, to get that 2-0 record. But you've even said it wouldn't shock you if Nagata lost every other match in the tournament now, because those legs have to be hanging on by a thread.
Well, you would think, but he doesn't even have his legs taped up, which puts him even a rank above Shibata, whose shoulder is taped.
I'm kind of thinking maybe Nagata just thinks everybody else will forget about the legs, and that's why he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to advertise the injury, so to speak.
He doesn't want to put that target on there.
Exactly. And I think Nagata is actually going to start this match out, it seems like.
Looks like it, and I wonder who against. Maybe Taguchi.
Taguchi. Taguchi won some of Blue Justice. All right. I can dig it.
I hope Nagata serves some Blue Justice to Taguchi.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you there, partner. I mean, Nagata's technical and striking acumen isn't to be understated or overlooked, and nice kicks there.
That's it, Nagata.
And now off the ropes here, could it be the hip attack? Nagata rolls through, fakes Taguchi out, and then the drop kick to the knee. There it is. Off the ropes, and there's the hip attack by Taguchi.
Oh my God.
And then mocking Nagata's pose.
That's another one. I don't know why you'd want funky weapon on your rear either. I don't think anyone needs to know how funky your rear is.
And just keeps doing these hip attacks to Nagata. And I gotta tell you, partner, if it gets on our nerves, seeing how reliant Taguchi is on the hip attack, just imagine what it does to the opponent. So maybe Taguchi is playing a psychological war that I've just kind of underestimated all this time. Is now Liger
you might be right, but we might be about to see Taguchi get stretched out a little bit.
Oh, nice. Tilt-the-world backbreaker there by Jushin Thunder Liger. Hey, look.
Now he goes right for the... Look at this. Immediately goes for the surfboard. I love it.
In an age where the term legend might be just a little bit abused, I mean, it doesn't get any more legitimate, that term, than a man like Jushin Thunder Liger. And now look at the surfboard there.
Like I said, stretch that funky weapon out.
Perfect form to notice Liger, the professional, keeping his shoulders off the canvas and now transitions almost into like a modified rear chin lock. Doesn't drive the knee into the back, but he has control of the legs there.
And and he was bringing Shibata to cause some real punishment to Taguchi.
Oh, man. Somebody somewhere has to know what we've been saying about Taguchi for really well over a year, because now he is just eating all the... Oh, my God!
Just a big boot to Elgin.
And I'm guessing that was a message to his G1 Climax opponent. I'm guessing Shibata and Elgin will be facing off on Wednesday.
You would be correct. And now Elgin tags in legally and he goes after Shibata.
Yeah, it's not a great time right now for the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. 0-2, and if Shibata can beat him, he would be another one in line potentially for a title shot. Moves out of the way. What a kick to the face. And now the forearms there. Oh, Elgin's going to have the time of his life on Wednesday, I'm sure.
I wonder, suppose, hypothetically, that Evil gets an Intercontinental Championship match literally a month after G1 is over, and he beats Elgin. Does that still mean that Naito, and if Shibata happens to beat Elgin on Wednesday, that Shibata then would also continue to get an Intercontinental Championship match, even if they don't necessarily beat Evil in this tournament, just because they beat the champion at the time?
That's a very interesting quandary you pose, as Elgin now discus forearm to Shibata's face. I mean, I personally would think so. If for no other, oh, what a pump kick there, almost there by Shibata. And I would think so because of the hierarchy of contenders, because you'd think Elgin would be owed a return match, but if he's got like all this stuff, well, we beat Elgin, so where's our title shot? Kushida coming in like a house of fire there, taking everybody out on the apron. Now he's in there with Nakanishi trying to work over the arm, and that's probably the smartest way to tackle a guy like Nakanishi.
You don't think going after the legs would be smarter?
Well, I mean, you figure the Kimura, look, you soften up any part of a big man, especially a guy like Nakanishi who does rely on the torture rack. I think it's a good strategy as he's got it up here. Tiger Mask, though, with the spin kick to the midsection. Now Kushida's got to regain his bearings.
I've got to say, if there's any one person that we saw a lot of last year that I miss, it really is Mascara Dorada.
Absolutely, but he's doing bigger and better than... Oh, my God. Tiger Mask right into the corner there. That looked ugly. But Kushida there with the springboard dropkick. Tiger Mask with the strength with the slam.
Stop slam. Wow.
Look at that deceptive power there by Tiger Mask. But you can tell it took a toll on him. He's favoring the small of the back. Now these two are going to work together. I mean, hell, if Tiger Mask did it by himself, maybe these two could do it together. But Nakanishi... Is it going to be a double Northern Lights?
I believe so.
And he got it, double release Northern Lights.
Nice.
I'll tell you, like I said, Nakanishi is a straight-up bear to me. And now
he's
going to
tag It's a shame to me that he does a release variation, because I feel like if he would follow through, he might be able to pin both guys at the same time if he would bridge it.
That's true. And now Juice Robinson in there with Kojima. And actually, he got his jabs off there and now takes out Liger.
That left hook looked like it connected really hard.
And now look at that splash in the corner, but he misses. Nobody there now.
Oh, lightning chops.
He's going to flay the flesh with those lightning chops of Juice Robinson. Oh, my God.
Is he finally going to get his elbow drop off tonight?
Maybe. We'll see. Into the other corner.
Into the corner.
Forearm.
Look, everyone on the other team is getting out.
And there it is.
I don't understand it. Why don't you let this man even get on the top rope and then push him away when he goes for the elbow drop? I feel like that would cause more damage.
That's the best running gag going on in the tournament, and I hope it has some kind of payoff. But right now, Kojima being paid off with everybody else's offense.
That kick from Juice Robinson looks strong enough to me that it could put someone away.
I completely agree. What a jackhammer by Juice Robinson, too.
Better than Naya. I'm not going to keep that chant going.
I figured you wouldn't. And now Fireman's Carry here.
Look at Juice Robinson.
Oh, but Kojima fight now. Could it be a Koji cutter?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
And now, you may stop my elbow drop, but there's no stopping the Koji lariat. And he got it.
I think that's it.
1, 2, 3 count.
Yep.
Kojima's team prevails. I'll tell you, what a lariat that was. He just rocked Juice Robinson there. And I'll tell you.
Kojima, I feel like, is on a real roll now that he's not even in the G1 tournament.
You know, Ashton, sometimes again, and I think I've told you this before in other contexts, but sometimes all it takes is a change of scenery. Yeah. Kojima knowing that he's not competing in G1, that may take some mental pressure off, and that may, elevate him to the top of his game.
And yet he still hasn't been able to hit that damn elbow drop.
I know, it's so unfortunate.
Look at Shibata just staring at Michael Elgin.
just staring him down. I'm telling you, that loss to Honma woke something up in Shibata. It claimed Nakajima first, and Elgin might be next.
You're right, man. You might be right. I think Elgin might end up starting the tournament 0-3.
Which is crazy for the IWGP Intercontinental Champion.
It's actually worse than he would have. Than I believe he started last year 2-1, didn't he? Or 1-2 at least.
Yeah, at least. He hasn't gotten a single win on the board. And speaking of people that are winless, one of our tournament matches is Tama Tonga versus Tanahashi, who both are winless as well. One of them guaranteed to finally get on the board.
Yeah, well, that seems like a fairly obvious pick, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, you'd think Tanahashi, but you've been mentioning, it's not the same Tanahashi. Another year went by. You get older. That's more wear, more mileage on the body.
Yeah.
Tama Tonga, he's young, he's hungry. We may be in for another upset here.
I never would have expected Tanahashi to lose his last match to Togi Makabe. I wouldn't have expected that. And Makabe now at 2-0. Meanwhile, Tanahashi at 0-2.
Exactly, and that's another curious question. Can Makabe go 3-0 today?
Oh, we'll find out. But do you know who he's facing?
No. Who is he facing?
Sonata.
And see, I'm telling you, I'm excited for this block. I think A block has a lot of intrigue in it, as now Kojima high-fiving the fans. And now Nakanishi.
Liger and Nakajima. Wait, I keep on mistaking Nakajima and Nakanishi. It's Nakanishi here.
Yes. Him and Jushin Thunder Liger. I don't know if they have some running joke or what, but
maybe they're just old friends.
Maybe. Friendships in this business are the best. And
it's great to see, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at Nakanishi. It's cool to see somebody who's so massive and intimidating be so humble at the same time.
Absolutely.
And now, I believe our next match is a 6-man tag? Or no, it's a traditional tag team match. We've got Honma teaming with the man that nobody seems to want to ever tag in, Captain New Japan, taking on the Bullet Club, Kenny Omega and Yujiro.
And, of course, that would mean that the tournament matchup for Wednesday is Honma versus Kenny Omega. I want to get some preliminary...
Would be correct.
I want to get some preliminary remarks from you, partner. Who do you got in that bout?
Oh.
It's a bit tougher than if I would have asked you this last year, huh?
Yeah, last year it would have been a given that Kenny would have won, but Honma is on such a roll. It's hard to pick against him at this point. He might be going all the way.
Yeah, to think that Honma is a part of the privileged 2-0 class right now is just unreal to me. But I'll tell you, Kenny Omega, I think that loss to YOSHI-HASHI, I talk about how losses have affected people. I just got done making some remarks about Shibata and his loss to Honma. Kenny Omega's loss to YOSHI-HASHI, I think, taught him that oh-so-crucial word in this business, urgency. If you can win a match after a maneuver, take it. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth, or else you'll get a hoof to the face. And I think after Kenny Omega lost to YOSHI-HASHI, he learned from it, he regrouped, he beat Toru Yano despite the mind games, and now I think he's coming in wanting to give Honma his first ever loss in this tournament. So, we'll see.
You say first ever, and you did specify in this tournament, but let's still kind of go back and point out the fact that in the first 2 attempts at G1, Honma went 0-8 and then 1-8.
Exactly.
A total of 1-17 over the last 2 years, and now 2-0 in the 26th G1 Climax.
I mean, it's an amazing turnaround. A story that personifies a 180-degree turn. And now Kenny Omega, though, who at the press conference said, I know what you all think of me. I know what you're expecting, but I'm going to go in there and I'm going to clean things up because I am the best. And he's sitting at 1-1 again. Hardly what I'd call a disadvantage, but you really got to fight now. You can't take too many losses. You have that cushion, you have that breathing room, but you don't want to use up that rope too quickly. As now Captain New Japan and Honma on their way out here.
Honma, one of the most beloved personalities in New Japan.
Oh, without question. I mean, I even asked you, how crazy would it be with how these fans adore Honma if he was one half of the marquee, one half of the Wrestle Kingdom 11 main event for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. That would be absolutely surreal for these fans. And Honma now has got his game face on, staring down Kenny Omega. And I'll tell you, this is a different Honma. And oh, Kenny Omega straight away.
He knows what he wants, and he's going right after it.
Now, Kenny Omega going to vault. I thought he was going to vault over the ropes. Excuse me.
He might still end up going over the ropes. You never know. I think he was waiting for Honma to stand up properly. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he just kind of wants to go help Yujiro out with Captain New Japan and get him back in the ring.
Hey, that's smart. Look, if you pick apart one guy and you totally isolate him from the equation, you essentially transform this into a handicap match. And why wouldn't the Bullet Club want that? Especially when the guy facing the handicap would be Honma, who you could then soften up before his G1 Climax tournament match against Omega on Wednesday.
It's all the advantages in the world, my friend. All the advantages in the world.
Exactly. Now Yujiro Takahashi just, imploring Captain New Japan, get up, so I can dish more out to you. Now off the ropes. Oh, Captain New Japan, though, stops it. And now stops Kenny Omega, both men getting stopped here. And then they just both kick Captain New Japan. Oh, man. I'll tell you, Honma, it's got to kill him, seeing Captain New Japan being double-teamed like this. I mean, I know the match just got underway, but Honma's probably itching to compete. He's probably got a confidence. And, Captain New Japan just straight up missing there.
Oh, Captain New Japan, this is why nobody wants to tag you in.
Exactly. Maybe it was smart, though, for him to start the match, because then he won't be itching to, get back into it. He won't be like, come on, guys, let me have a turn. Now Takahashi's laying those hands into Captain New Japan.
It'd be funny if he ended up losing the match without Honma ever even getting an opportunity to be legal.
That would be crazy. Nice leg drop there by Takahashi into the cover here. And a kick out by Captain New Japan. But Honma's got to be having a confidence that's been foreign to him, in his past few G1 Climax tournament experiences. And that confidence is one of the most dangerous weapons you could have, as Kenny Omega disrobes, takes off the shirt. And I'm thinking Captain New Japan's going to be choked with it, but we'll see. No, he got whipped with it. Still whipped with it. And then the choke.
There's the choke. Yeah, and Honma trying to get into the ring is distracting the ref long enough to allow Kenny Omega to keep this choke in.
Well, see, Kenny Omega changed it up a bit. And look at him, he's flexing. I gotta be honest, I envy those biceps, and I'm a guy that takes great pride in his upper body, but I digress. Now Kenny Omega, I think, just, tossed the shirt. And now just stomps on Captain New Japan there.
Oh, the jerk-off motion towards Honma. That's what that was.
Yeah, and now just, driving Captain New Japan's face right in the boot of Takahashi, and then Takahashi gets the tag. Great teamwork so far by the Bullet Club, as is to be expected.
What? Are you gonna? I don't know. He's not.
And elbow drop. And a lax cover. What a lazy cover there by Takahashi. And see, that's one thing, man. I get on people's asses about that. And I just, he could have won the match there, potentially.
I wonder if Yujiro has some kind of, metal plate in his boot or something that makes his boots more effective.
Maybe. He's got to be packing something in there. Which shows just how ineffectual the referee pat-downs at the start of each bout, really are.
You're not going to get somebody's shoe off and look inside that.
I don't know, man. Maybe a bit more thoroughness is what we need. But Captain New Japan, he got it that time. And now let's see if he can tag in Honma here.
I love that Captain New Japan comes off as this totally incompetent wrestler who gets lucky sometimes.
Exactly. And now Honma.
Honma, almost the exact opposite for the last couple of years, came off as an amazing wrestler that just couldn't catch a break.
Exactly. And now teasing a Kakeshi here to Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega moves out of the way.
I love Kenny Omega. He's so good.
Kenny Omega probably saw his life flash before his eyes, and moved out of the way just in time for that Honma headbutt that Kakeshi connected. And now, off the ropes here, into the other corner. Oh, look at that. Honma reversing the Irish whip. Charges at Omega. Nice forearm in the corner there. And then the Bulldog. And now, could he get the Kakeshi ear? And he does.
Yes. I'm Mr. Bulldops.
And I'll tell you, Kenny Omega writhing in pain here, really favoring that shoulder. And I'll tell you, it's not even the Kakeshis you have to worry about anymore.
No.
Oh, Kenny Omega slides out of the way. And now, knife edge chop, but Honma responds with a knife edge chop of his own. A lot of power there by Honma.
Yeah, Honma's chops are devastating. I think he might have the most devastating chops aside from Ishii in
Exactly.
now. Oh,
Nice
the
super kick.
super kick to the throat. But Honma powers through. Oh, Kenny Omega. Fireman's carry. Is he going to do a steamroller? Yes, he
Steamroller there.
is. Into a moonsault.
Yes, he
Absolutely.
is. And he got it.
Nailed it. Beautiful. 1, 2,
Two.
and Honma kicks out.
Honma does kick out. It's curious if Kenny Omega could pull a YOSHI-HASHI and pin Honma before their tournament match on Wednesday. And now look at that. Going to try the whistle. Oh, could it be the one-winged angel?
He's going for it. Oh, Honma gets out.
Oh, that could be a German.
Back elbow.
Back elbow by Honma.
Back elbow. Now Kenny.
Oh, look at that.
Hurricane.
Nice Hurricane Rana there.
You don't see those very often in G1 just because there are no juniors here. And Kenny Omega has surpassed his junior status, but he's still maintained that elite quickness and athleticism.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it any better, my friend. Could this be a Fisherman Buster here by Yujiro Takahashi's powering through? But Honma, look at this.
Oh, Honma with the
vertical.
suplex.
Oh, my God. The power. And he got it.
Amazing power on Honma's part.
And now Honma thinking about tagging in Captain New Japan here. He does. I believe, didn't Yujiro pin Captain New Japan yesterday after that kneeling DDT?
I think so, yeah.
Captain New Japan may want to even the score here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Fires up. Oh, but Takahashi's still moving out of the way. And now Kenny Omega with the back elbow. Takahashi with the boot. Now Kenny Omega. Look at that. Oh, nice. Inverted famouser there. Oh, and then the kick there by Takahashi. Into the cover. 2.
Oh, but Honma breaks it up.
He does break it up. He keeps the match going. Now Kenny Omega's in.
He might not necessarily always want to tag Captain New Japan in, but he's still got his back when it comes down to it.
Exactly. And now, look at this victory roll here. Sudden.
1, 2. Oh, and Takahashi kicks out.
He does kick out. Oh, throat thrust there by Captain New Japan.
Loves those throat thrusts. Oh, Uranagi slam.
Beautifully done. Hooks the leg.
1, 2. Oh, and Kenny Omega breaks this one up.
Great defense by both teams, but Honma in there. Oh, and now the eye rake.
You can't disqualify people that aren't even legal.
Oh, torpedo Takeshi.
Great torpedo. And Honma telling Captain New Japan, get over there and finish him off, pointing towards Yujiro.
This could be great momentum here.
I think he wants the headbutt.
And Captain New Japan. Look at that. And yeah, he even just gestured towards the mask. We're going to get a headbutt here. Honma keeping Kenny Omega at bay. Is this going to do it here?
The only other hype headbutt in a match with Honma is Captain New Japan, and he misses. It's very Honma-esque.
He does, and now Kenny Omega fighting up, and there's the Fisherman Buster. That could do it there. 1, 2. No! Captain New Japan staying in it.
Kicks out, man. I think he's going to need to use that low-angle DDT, and he's setting up for it here.
And he got it.
And that's going to be it.
That is going to be it. 1, 2, 3 count. The second straight time now that Captain New Japan has been pinned by Yujiro Takahashi thanks to that kneeling DDT.
For the exact same sequence of moves, too, yeah.
Exactly, and Takahashi, big grin on his face, and it's well-deserved after that performance. Kenny Omega now having a little bit of momentum before Wednesday in his match against Honma, but Honma is not going to be a walk in the park. This Honma...
It really didn't feel like he weakened Honma much at all.
Exactly. Now look at that. Kenny Omega telling the referee, hey, keep Honma at bay. I don't want anything to do with that right now. I've got Wednesday to worry about.
Honma's worked up, though. Look at this.
I like Honma's confidence. I like that he's getting in the face of Kenny Omega. Honma, again, in that privileged 2-0 class. But if Kenny Omega can beat Honma, they'll be in the same class of 2-1. So we'll see.
That seems relatively likely.
Well, I'll tell you.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions and be like, oh, no, that's happening. But it does feel kind of likely, doesn't it?
Well, I think Kenny Omega, again, he learned urgency. That loss to YOSHI-HASHI, it was kind of like when you get cold water splashed on you. It wakes you up. It makes you acutely aware of everything in that moment. You know, that jolt to the system.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega had that same jolt to the system. And now he's really coming to win the block. And then, you know, at least in his mind, the whole tournament. Honma, on the other hand, though, I think his past 2 the G1 Climax tournament experiences before this most recent one was his jolt to the system. He's like, no, I can start winning. I am better than this. And so far, he's 2-0. But now, getting ready for our next matchup here. What do we got on tap, partner?
It's a 6-man tag, and it is going to be very entertaining. We've got Toru Yano, Gedo, and Nakajima, Katsuhiko Nakajima, taking on Los Ingobernables de Japón.
I'm guessing Evil's taking on Nakajima and Naito's taking on Toru Yano on Wednesday?
You would be correct.
All right. Interesting matches on tap here for Wednesday.
Plus, of course, Bushi is also going to be on this team.
Yes, Bushi, who is absolutely insane.
He's excellent. I got to say, I am so happy that he stayed in New Japan with Los Ingobernables de Japón. But that being said, he would have been so good in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Oh, absolutely. He would have killed it. I mean, my mouth waters just thinking about him versus Lindsay Dorado or Rich Swann or TJ Perkins.
Or Grand Metalik.
Or Grand Metalik, absolutely.
Absolutely. But hey, right now we've got Katsuhiko Nakajima coming out, and this guy was just in a war yesterday. It's good to see he's not limping or favoring any limbs or taped up anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, look, Nakajima, this 6-man tag, it gives him a chance to get his mind right, kind of refresh everything, push the reset button, get back in the game, and then Wednesday, it's another tournament match. You could get back to your winning ways then.
And he's going to be facing Evil. If he manages to take Evil out, you've got to think that makes his odds even better of taking out Michael Elgin when they eventually meet and maybe earning an Intercontinental title match.
That's certainly true. I mean, a lot at stake. Michael Elgin staring down the barrel of the most intimidating gun, and that's just everybody going after his IWGP Intercontinental Championship, or at least having the opportunity to go after that championship with his G1 Climax tournament performances.
And now we've got Toru Yano.
Toru Yano,
the master. Yano Toru.
The master of the mind games, the ultimate prankster, and a guy that makes Loki, the god of mischief, green with envy. Toru Yano, man.
Isn't Loki typically portrayed as green in the first place?
I believe you're right, good sir.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a more violent shade of green when he looks at Toru Yano and just one-upping his game. And Toru Yano, I don't think he's been able to win yet, has he?
No, he beats. Wait, didn't he? No, I think you're right. I think he's 0-2. That's a shame.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Toru Yano, his mischief and his mind games has not yet really paid any dividends, but give it time, I'm sure Toru Yano will string some wins together as he's shilling those DVDs.
Gotta love it.
Oh, man, this is going to be a really fun tag match. I mean, you got Toru Yano, and really, that match on Wednesday, Toru Yano versus Naito, the guy that just wants to cause chaos and bedlam against a guy
versus
that really
the
doesn't
other
care.
Guy that just wants to cause chaos and bedlam.
Exactly, and really doesn't care about any other type of chaos and bedlam. I mean, you couldn't ask for two more perfect forces to collide in a ring.
Yeah, I mean, we just had Kenny Omega versus Toru Yano, and I thought that was great, but Yano versus Naito is going to be incredible. And honestly, just based on the way the tournament's been going so far, I kind of expect Naito to lose that, actually.
Interesting prediction, partner.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. Look, one thing I've learned in our second year now of covering G1 Climax, anything can happen. Anybody can beat anybody else on any given night.
Yeah.
And, we'll see. And now there is Evil, decked out, the Grim Reaper of New Japan. It's going to be
if nothing changes between now and then, we are guaranteed, because Toru Yano and Michael Elgin right now are both 0-2.
Yes.
So if they both continue to lose their matches in this tournament, we're guaranteed one of them will win on August 7th when they face each other in a B-block match.
Right, there you go. And now, Bushi and Naito are to follow. Los Ingobernables de Japón, as legitimate as they come. And I'll tell you, I think Naito is really looking to get back into that IWGP Heavyweight Championship picture. He wants to
I don't know if you have your volume on, because I know that you like to have your volume down so you can hear me when we do these commentaries, but Los Ingobernables de Japon's theme song is eerily similar to Eva Marie's in WWE.
Oh, wow, that's all kinds of terrifying.
It's hilarious.
And I'll tell you, Naito could really turn New Japan Pro Wrestling on its head if he became one half of the marquee of the main event of their biggest show of the year, Wrestle Kingdom 11. I mean, he already disrespects the title. I don't really know if they want a guy like that being one half of their main event of their biggest show, but there may not be much they could do about it if Naito can win his block and then go on to win the whole tournament. There's Bushi, there's Naito, Los Ingobernables de Japón. I hate to say to the other team, but I just think they're outclassed. I mean, I don't want to denigrate anybody. I think Nakajima is an amazing performer. I think everybody on that team is great. But Los Ingobernables de Japón is just next level right now.
I mean, I feel like that's not the first time we've said that, and they don't. I mean, they're great. They're amazing. Although, now that I think about it, I think that this trio, specifically Naito, Evil, and Bushi, are undefeated, aren't they?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I shouldn't be playing devil's advocate in this situation because they are that good.
I mean, maybe they would have had one loss, but I do think that they're undefeated. No. Even if they did have that one loss,
I'm pretty sure that as in tag matches, the only loss that Los Ingobernables de Japón has taken was when it was the team of Sanada and Bushi yesterday.
Right. I mean, yeah, these guys, and the one word I keep coming back to with these guys, the synergy. It is just I've never really seen anything like it. To be honest, I haven't seen anything like it since the days of the Shield. I mean, from my personal vantage point, that's just how great Los Ingobernables de Japón are. And now Naito just kind of giving warning here to Toru Yano and the other...
I think he's actually talking to Gedo. Yeah, he's talking to Gedo.
Maybe because Gedo's a representative of Kazuchika Okada, and Naito and Okada have beef. Maybe Naito's just kind of telling Gedo the future. And it's a...
I mean, at this point, Naito can do anything he wants and get away with it.
I agree. He is untouchable. I truly believe that, and it's terrifying for sure.
He's not even going to get in the ring.
I mean, why should he have to bother?
He froze. Nope.
Slowly getting in there.
No, he faked him out.
I like how he just kind of gestures his hands like, relax. We're all here to have a good match, right?
There's Bushi.
I'll tell you, man.
With his creepy purple lips. King of Darkness, Evil.
Evil, man. I love that look. That's freaking amazing. And Naito.
I mean, he goes a little heavy on the eyeshadow, but other than that, I dig it.
Naito made a huge statement beating Elgin yesterday.
I believe Toru Yano actually did the water spray on Naito, but Naito didn't even notice.
Of course he didn't. And that's what's going to make that match Wednesday so fascinating. It's like, I think Toru Yano banks on his opponents getting worked up.
Yeah.
He banks on them getting into a frenzy and then making mistakes, because how does the adage go, Ashley? When you're all worked up, when you're mentally sloppy, you make mistakes. And Naito, though, doesn't adhere to that rule, mainly because I don't ever see him get mentally sloppy.
I feel like Toru Yano versus Tetsuya Naito would be like Jim Carrey's Riddler stepping into a boxing ring with Heath Ledger's Joker.
Exactly.
Like, you think you're crazy, but really you're just kind of an actor that's trying to act like you're kind of a kook.
Exactly.
When you see real crazy, you'll know it. And when you get in the ring with Naito, you'll realize just how in over your head you are.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better, partner. As Bushi now starting out with Gedo, who calls himself the complete package. Is that also kind of a innuendo there on the back of the trunks?
If it was on the front of the trunks, I think it would be, but maybe not on the back.
All right, fair enough. As we got a lock up here between Gedo and Bushi. Bushi now just backing Gedo up against the ropes.
Bushi overpowering Gedo.
Yeah, very interesting.
I think these guys had a match during the Best of Super Juniors tournament, but we didn't manage to watch that one, so unfortunately we didn't see that match.
I bet Bushi put on some real clinics in that tournament. And
probably, yeah, he's excellent.
He's really been a standout here in these tag matches, and now Gedo, look at that. Gonna toss Bushi out of the ring there. And now Toru Yano just tossing Bushi back into the ring. So Toru Yano and Gedo working together there.
I don't think they really see it as working together, though. I think Toru Yano's kind of annoyed by Gedo throwing him out, and now they're going to just keep tossing him back and forth.
Oh, man. And Toru Yano's like, you got this, man. You got this. And Gedo's just like, dude, what are you doing? I wanted him out of the ring.
Stop throwing him out! And I can actually confirm that Bushi and Gedo did have a singles match at Best of Super Juniors this year. Gedo actually won.
Wow, okay.
It was Gedo's only win of the tournament.
Oh, all right.
So, Gedo, he might not be the best junior, but he might have Bushi's number.
And now look at that, Toru Yano bagged him in the enemy
Naito,
corner
yeah,
there.
Naito wants in. He wants a taste of Toru Yano.
And look at that, just clubby blows there, Toru Yano. He's not going to mess around. Another shot there. And I'll tell you, Toru Yano not able to really pull off his usual antics, at least not yet. Hangs onto the ropes, though, and now look at that. Gonna try to vig out Naito. Naito, I think, would just be amused, though. And now look at his face. He's just like, yeah, that's all right. That's cool. Whatever.
I feel like he doesn't even really care what Toru Yano... Like, Yano's just kind of making a fool of himself, and Naito's just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever, man.
Yeah, Toru Yano, I think, is even like, isn't it funny? Like...
Please do something. Please be provoked.
Oh, man, Toru Yano, man.
Ah!
Look at Toru Yano's face. Did you register his expression? That just looked like, what?
Yeah.
And now Evil's just like, oh my god. And now Naito's just gonna roll over.
Oh, these guys are my favorite. And yeah, Evil actually scared Yano.
And now there's the teamwork.
I love it, man. It's so good.
Wednesday's gonna be a lot of fun, guys,
Yeah,
because
and the best thing too is that match is listed as the main event Wednesday.
Wow.
If they get 20 minutes, I might die of happiness.
Because that little exchange that you just saw, that was just a microcosm of what these two are capable of. And Toru Yano, for the first time, might be second-guessing his mischief. And that's a very interesting prospect indeed.
And the crazy thing is, I don't think these guys were in the same block last year, so we wouldn't have had the same opportunity back then.
Exactly. A new G1 Climax brings new matchups.
Oh,
that's now triangle drop kick.
Drop kick.
And Naito goes right into the pose. What a boss.
I love it, man. I love it.
This guy just does not give one iota of a damn about anybody, or anything for that matter.
He's done having his fun, so he tags Bushi in. And the shirt choke, yes. I wonder if the ref's going to get the shirt away from him and he's going to toss it and someone else is going to toss their shirt into him so he can use that instead. Oh, it goes for the pin with the foot on the rope.
Yeah, Bushi even tried getting a leverage advantage. I think the ref caught him, but it didn't matter anyway. Toru Yano's still kicking out.
Yeah, he had the foot on the rope, or the feet, really, two of them.
And now Bushi, they're just straight kick there. Toru Yano.
Cool.
Evil now coming in.
Evil's actually been legal in this match, so this should be interesting.
Evil currently sitting at 1-1 in the G1 Climax tournament.
We haven't seen Nakajima in this match either.
Yeah, Nakajima and Evil's going to be a very interesting matchup on Wednesday. Every match on Wednesday, I think, is going to be so interesting to me. And now Naito coming back in, slams Toru Yano into the turnbuckle there. Now look at the hard forearms.
And
Irish whip.
Evil doesn't face Toru Yano until August 10th.
Exactly. Oh, nice inverted atomic drop there. Is he going to slingshot Bushi into Naito? He does.
Okay, yeah.
Very smart maneuvering by Toru Yano. He even commends himself on his intellect there. But now he eats an inverted atomic drop from Naito, and Naito's smiling. Oh, could it be the hair pull? No! Oh, that kick that I'm telling you, Naito is not going to put up with Toru Yano's shit, and he may even be able to imagine, but a hair pull there. Toru Yano got it.
Of course he did.
Now
you do not mess with Naito's locks, man.
Can he tag in Nakajima, though? And he does. Nakajima and Evil.
Oh, my God.
What a straight and another boot. Nakajima, the genius of the kick.
Good Lord, the kicks.
And I'll tell you, a preview for Wednesday, Nakajima and Evil.
Oh.
Look at that. Ducks sends Evil into Bushi. This is so smart, using these guys against one another like Toru Yano and Nakajima have been doing. Straight kick there to the chest of Evil.
Wow.
Nakajima is fired up, people.
So good.
I'll tell you, Nakajima's best in this tournament may be yet to reveal itself, as now he's going to Irish whip Evil into the opposite corner, charges another boot.
It's
Good.
hard to believe he can outdo his match with Shibata, but I think he's got it in him.
Oh my God.
And maybe his match with Evil will do just that one too. Oh, but Evil kicks out there. Good Lord, these guys. Nakajima is slowly, actually not even slowly, he's quickly becoming one of my favorite performers in the world right now.
I'll tell you, if any match could outperform Nakajima and Shibata, I believe it's Nakajima versus Naito in the future. That's a match I'm really looking forward to. And now the forearms here being exchanged between Evil and Nakajima.
You've got to think, too, knowing that they're all in the same block, we're also going to get Shibata versus Naito in the future.
You're right. Oh, my God.
And Shibata with this chip on his shoulder against Naito?
Exactly. It's like we've been talking about, man. A totally reinvigorated Shibata. But Evil there, nice. I think that was a back elbow there. Now he's off the ropes. There it is. Oh. Oh, is it a German? No, Nakajima stuffs it. Able to keep the defense.
But look at this.
Fisherman busted. He got it.
Beautiful. And that's not even mentioning the fact that Shibata and Naito actually have a history. Naito and Shibata, they feuded, really wanted to kill each other all last fall. And when I say really wanted to kill each other, what I really mean is Shibata really wanted to kill Naito.
Oh, could this be the breakdancing dropkick? And it is.
The windmill, brother. That's the get-up move that he does there. It's called a windmill.
Yep. And now look at that, just scraping the boot like on the back of Nakajima's head. And you're absolutely right, partner. Just to touch on what you said, Naito and Shibata, they hate each other. And now, what a sig by Nakajima. That was perfection. And now he tags in Gedo here, Gedo with Bushi. And again, you already touched on earlier in about their history, the Super Juniors tournament. And Gedo won that match, his only win of the tournament, to your point. Naito, though, stopping the wind-up jab. Oh, ducks the clothesline there from Bushi. Jawbreaker by Gedo. Measuring his man here. And a super kick there. Hooks the leg. 2. And Bushi kicks out.
Wow.
Bushi staying in. And I'm telling you, Los Ingobernables de Japón, even with their setbacks, they are still so dominant, so difficult to beat. And now, look at that. Inverted Enziguri there. And now, Gedo moving out of the way. Now Bushi, nicely done there with the legs right in the face of Gedo there. But now Toriano, straddling Bushi on the ropes. I'll tell you, Bushi may like to soar, but his gonads just crashed and burned there.
Oh.
And now Gedo, nice, flatliner there, snap flatliner, 2. Oh, Evil broke it up, that would have been 3. And now Nakajima taking Evil out of the ring here.
Oh, and following through.
Oh, now Gedo there, just a straight right hand, another straight right hand. He had this match won, Evil broke it again. Now look at Naito, inverted atomic drop, and now lung blower. 1, 2, no, he kicked out. It's going to take an avalanche lung blower or an off-the-top rope lung blower.
Naito is seriously annoyed by the fact that that didn't work.
I don't blame him, and now it may not even be. Is he going to do the lung blower, or is he going to do something else? And there it is.
Oh my God! Send Gedo flying through the air. And Bushi redeems himself after losing to Gedo in a singles match at Best of Super Juniors.
Los Ingobernables de Japón. I love how now look at this Toriano. He shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. And now a feeding frenzy here for Los Ingobernables de Japón upon the weakness of Toriano. And now Nakajima going to try and come in, and they actually clear out. Wow, that shows you how intimidating Nakajima is. These guys, but Evil! I guess I spoke too soon.
Yeah, Evil is an intimidating... the sweeping STO! If he hits that on Wednesday, that might end up putting Nakajima down to 1 and 2.
I wouldn't be surprised. And now what's Evil thinking about
and
here?
Evil up to 2 and 1.
Oh my God, that image.
Wow.
Oh my God. Evil is focused. Los Ingobernables de Japón is focused. And Naito and Toriano on Wednesday.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be next level psychological warfare.
Naito going after the cameraman.
I mean, look at the carnage they've left in that ring.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Look at Evil is not even leaving the ring. He's oh, and Naito just rang the bell. Like, here, buddy, let me help you out since you've been doing this the whole time. You might as well get a little help with it. Bell was ringing pretty much the whole time that post-match beatdown was going on, and Naito cares so little that he's encouraging the bell ring.
Exactly, and I'll tell you, Naito, he's got to be feeling good if he feels anything at all. And Evil, I think, was so transfixed by the carnage in that ring. I think he can't wait to lay waste to Nakajima on Wednesday. And look at that, Jesus!
This trio continues undefeated.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to lose a match all tournament, John.
I have to agree with you. With the way they work together, and look at that, that says it all. That says it all right there.
They really do have a Shield vibe to them, don't they?
They really do.
It's incredible.
Oh my God.
An Evil, one last throat slit before he leaves.
Right into the camera. Oh my God.
Oh God, they're amazing. The only bad thing that I can say about the fact that we're going to have 5 tournament matches up next is that we know Naito and Evil aren't going to be in any of them.
I concur, partner.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first half of this show. Tag matches are now finished, and we will be closing out here. But be sure to be prepared for our 5 G1 tournament matches. This is pretty much stacked. We've got Ishii versus Fale. We've got Tenzan versus Marufuji. We've got Tanahashi versus Tamatonga. And then our double main event is Okada versus Goto in a rematch from last year where Goto actually defeated Okada. And Makabe versus Sanada, where Sanada looks to break the undefeated streak of Makabe, 2-0 so far in A block competition. So be sure to stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because that's up next.